So over the past 2 weeks, I've been playing a lot of Minecraft Dungeons, and I mean a lot, particularly for someone who doesn't consider himself much of a gamer. I've dedicated a lot of hours to grinding through levels and have had a remarkably positive experience during all of it. It's fast, exciting, an awesome action-adventure game and has great combat. That's right, great combat, an aspect of the original Minecraft game that has been through quite a lot of controversy over the past years. This begs the question, what makes Minecraft Dungeons combat so fun, and how can the current combat aspect of Minecraft be improved by taking a look at Minecraft Dungeons? Well, I think I have some ideas how, so let's get right into it. To get this out of the way, this is my personal opinion. I like Minecraft and Minecraft Dungeons and I'm only suggesting improvements. If you're happy with Minecraft's current combat, that's good for you. You can go step into that glazed terracotta room I made for you. Enjoy! So why is Minecraft Dungeons combat so great? Well, in my opinion, it comes down to three main aspects. It's intuitive, it has variety, and has a hidden layer of complexity in the form of combinations and dynamics. I'll explain how each of these aspects make fighting in Minecraft Dungeons so fun and then see how they can potentially be implemented into Minecraft. As well as that, I'll also be taking a look at the latest combat snapshots for the Java version of Minecraft to see if the combat is going in a similar direction. Anyway, let's get started. First, it's intuitive. To be more basic, the combat in the game is simplistic. Minecraft Dungeons' simplistic combat means it's not only easier to grasp for new players, but also makes fighting a lot less tedious and more fun. In comparison to the Java version of Minecraft, there's less time waiting around for cooldown timers to refill and more time focusing on the more interesting aspects, new mobs, artifacts, combos, and more. The controls are as easy as left click to attack, right click to fire, and that's practically it. Attack speeds are done automatically by the game, and surprisingly enough, holding down the attack button and letting your crazy enchantments or weapon type be the thing that increases your damage, instead of clicking, then manually waiting 1 second before clicking again over and over, is a lot more enjoyable in my humble opinion. Dungeons' combat mechanics are simplistic, leading the player to concentrate on more interesting aspects of the fight. Minecraft's combat in comparison feels a lot more tedious. Surprisingly enough, Minecraft's old combat mechanics didn't have this issue. It was simply click to attack, which meant you didn't have to focus on any nuisance of a refill timer. Now this might sound like I want Minecraft to revert back to its original combat mechanics, and while I do personally think the old combat is better in the way that Minecraft is a simple game and the combat should be exceedingly simplistic as well, saying that isn't helpful nor insightful at all. I don't think Minecraft's combat should digress back to the old way, rather the only way to move forward is to move forward, tweak and improve the current combat system. What I'd consider to improve the intuition of Minecraft's combat is to have the player only able to attack when the combat hotbar is full, therefore keeping the cooldowns of each weapon while also making the combat feel a lot less tedious. Fortunately enough, this has already been implemented into the latest combat snapshot, which matches how it works in Minecraft Dungeons and resolves the problem I had with Minecraft's combat. From this change, players know left click is to attack and that's all they need to know. The rest is done by the game, which is a vast improvement. Choice in weapons and tools is now what makes you stronger, not your ability to wait 1 second after every hit and whoops, I clicked too early. I guess that means that hit did nothing at all. Next time I will make sure I wait 1 more second. Oh well. This is definitely a step in the right direction in my opinion, and I cannot wait to see this in the full version of Minecraft, so maybe Mojang are picking up some things from Dungeons after all. On the note of weapon and tool type being what strengthens the player in Minecraft, another aspect that excels Minecraft Dungeons combat is variety. Having more variety in combat related items doesn't add to your overall strength, but rather makes combat a lot more personalized and interesting. Dungeons gives you a large array of combat oriented items to choose from, and most of them aren't necessarily better or worse than one another. Instead, the way the player progresses through the game is by selecting which items suit their strengths best, and this adds a lot of variety in fighting styles to the game. Minecraft works rather differently from this, instead using a tier system in which the top tier tools and armor make the player the most powerful they can become in the game. Now there are some outliers to this, such as if you prefer an axe, a sword or a bow. Other than that, if you have the correct tools with the correct enchantments, you're the most powerful being on the planet. While this does mean there's an end game unlike Dungeons, it also means less interesting battles, particularly in PvP. Having different weapons appealing and catering to different players means you get a wide range of playstyles. Melee attacker? Want a short distance sharp jab or a long distance but slightly weaker jab, slow and powerful damage all around you or just in the direction you're facing. As you can tell, Minecraft Dungeons offers a large variety of tools, weapons, armor effects and more to further fit the needs of every person's unique playstyle. While this doesn't necessarily mean Minecraft's current tier system is awful and should be removed, variety makes combat in dungeons much more interesting and personal to every player. I would highly recommend that Minecraft has some sort of weapon update allowing the same level of variety and customization to the game. And again, it does seem Mojang is, slowly but surely, taking a step in that direction with recent updates. The Elytra offers you to remove half of your armor points for the ability of flight. Tridents are alternatives to both melee and ranged weapons, and crossbows give you a more powerful shots for a slower loading time. Furthermore, the latest combat snapshots show more enchantments and elements such as weapon reach to specific tools, encouraging players to pick and choose their weaponry. If Mojang continues to add new features such as the ones I just listed into the game, there's a good chance we'll see some crazy new tools, armor and weapons in the future, which once again will make combat a lot more interesting than just two players slapping each other with netherite swords over and over again. Finally, combinations and dynamics. What I'm referring to in this part of the video is how although Minecraft Dungeons combat is simple, there's a hidden layer of depth to the game. For example, using a firework artifact means you turn one of your arrows into an explosive rocket. However, combining it with a crossbow that shoots 3 arrows at once means 3 rockets at once. Combinations like these call for more intelligent thinking when it comes to choosing what tools and armor to equip, while also not intruding on the simplicity of the combat. You can still just run in and swing your sword around if you prefer. This goes for dynamics too. What I'm referring to as dynamics are the interactions between mobs, players and one another. Dynamics in fights are present in Minecraft, however are a lot more prevalent in Minecraft Dungeons. An example from both games are creepers. Creepers can be lured to explode and clear out even more mobs for your own benefit. Dungeons is filled with dynamic creatures like this that make quick thinking and smart choices more prevalent amidst fights, alternative to Minecraft's current tactics such as blindly swinging your sword around until all mobs die. A prime example in Dungeons is the Illager Enchanter, who randomly selects a mob to enchant. This leaves the player to have to choose whether to try and tackle the enchanted mob or defeat the enchanter instead of, like I stated before, blindly swinging your sword until everything's dead. If Minecraft receives a lot more variety to the combat items, I'd also love to see an increase in the combinations with said items to add a small level of complexity to the combat. I would also definitely love to see more dynamics between mobs in Minecraft, just like Minecraft Dungeons, whether this be in the form of brand new mobs or changes to older ones. In particular, I would love to see boss battles gain more complexity in their dynamics, as currently, at least for me, massive fights like the Ender Dragon or Wither feel a little underwhelming. I would much more love to see Endermen gain size and be set into a mad rage against the player when met with the Ender Dragon's flame, or having to jump on Wither skeleton heads dropped by the Wither to reach it with your sword. More interesting fights like that would absolutely be an improvement in my opinion. While there is no evidence to support elements such as these coming to Minecraft's combat snapshots did do something to add to the dynamic between players, mobs and other players. In these versions, a simple change is made, knockback is drastically increased. This means instead of just dealing damage, mobs and players interact more with one another and launch each other off in different directions. This makes even basic fights more dynamic. Launching other entities off of cliffs or even into other players or mobs to finish the job will be a lot more prevalent if this change is finalized, which I think will be fantastic, especially for PvP. So in conclusion, Minecraft's combat can be and is already being in some ways improved by implementing some of the elements found in Minecraft Dungeons. Being more intuitive appeals to new players and also means combat is a lot less tedious and more enjoyable, allowing you to focus on more interesting aspects of a fight. Having a wider variety of tools, armor and weaponry would give players better customization over their fighting styles to best suit their strengths, leading to more personalized and interesting fights, especially in PvP. And finally, more combinations and dynamics would greatly improve the layer of complexity of battles in Minecraft. And so far, in my opinion, Mojang seems to be taking a step in the right direction with the new combat snapshots and recent updates, so hopefully one day we'll see a version of Minecraft that everybody is satisfied with. Anyway, that's all from me for today, and I'll catch you in the next one.